Hey guys, it's time for April favorites, hooray! And I'm actually getting these up halfway decently on time. It's not May 15th, but they're already up. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna accept it and roll with it and move on. So I actually don't have a whole lot of exciting stuff this month because I've sort of started to make the transition into being a music teacher in central Kansas again, which I really love. Okay, fair. It's eastern Kansas, not central Kansas, but whatever. Either way, it's the Midwest. And I really love teaching again, but kids can be a little rough sometimes. Once I was wearing a red lip. I was wearing totally neutral everything else, but I was wearing a red lip, and some little girl was like, "Why are your lips red?" I was like, "Girl, because I want them to be." What's wrong with that? So I am still wearing some fun stuff sometimes, but on the whole, I have sort of reverted back to my neutral, everyday, put it on and don't even think about it sort of makeup. But there have been some products in that I have really loved using, so I thought I would tell you about them. And then also part of the reason I haven't been wearing as much fun makeup is because I have sort of found myself falling into a couple new hobbies. So they've been taking up a lot of my time. Plus, we've been taking a dog for a lot of walks. Obviously, it's starting to warm up, and I've been practicing a lot. My piano's actually in this room, which is why things look slightly different back there. I don't know if you can actually tell, but we had to rearrange because this is no longer my makeup room. It is now my makeup/music room. There's actually a grand piano right over there taking up that whole half of the room. So that has also been taking up a fair amount of my time. But let's talk about my beauty favorites, and then I will tell you about my new hobbies at the end if you're interested. So two of these things I actually have on my face right now, and they are both things you have seen before. First of all is the Cover FX Illuminating Powder in Light, which is just gorgeous. It's really beautiful. It doesn't do a lot for controlling oil, so if you are extremely oily, this might not be the powder for you. I have an okay time with it as long as what I'm wearing under it, the foundation or primer, are fairly oil controlling. But the other day I wore the Marc Jacobs foundation, which is not oil controlling at all, and like 3 hours later it didn't look very good, so FYI. But if you can see that, it goes on looking pretty light and then shears out really well and just adds a really nice sheen, a luminosity to your skin that doesn't at all look shiny or glittery. It just looks like you're very healthy. So it has been my go-to powder this month for sure. The other thing that I am currently wearing is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, which I have been using almost every day for more than a year. And honestly, I don't remember when I got it, but it was early 2014. This is only my second one, so they do last for a long time. And you've seen me use the Makeup Geek Gel Liner, which I also really love, but I have to use a brush to use that, and I'm not very good about cleaning my brushes, and with gel liners you have to be, because you can use it maybe 2 or 3 times before they need a deep clean again, in my experience, at least for me. So I'm just not up for that a lot of the time, so I'll use this just because I don't have to worry about anything else. And it's black, and it's easy to control, and it looks great. So I love this stuff. If you haven't ever tried it, you really should. Something else you have seen very recently is the Milani Blush in Luminoso, which is just gorgeous. I don't know why it took me so long to find it. Oh yes, I do. It's because I didn't know where to find Milani in Portland, but it is beautiful, just very slightly peach. That being said, as someone commented on one of my most recent videos, she said that she has found that Luminoso can sort of exacerbate any texture issues on your skin. So she was talking about acne scarring. And she is not wrong, because it does have that luminosity to it. It does have a little bit of a sheen, and that can really draw attention to texture issues. And that's just true of any product. That's what shimmer does. So if you have a problem with that, this might not be your favorite blush in the world. She was saying that she really liked one of their rose blushes, the Milani rose blushes. I don't remember which name she said, but one of them. I'm sure they have a similar color. And as I showed you in my haul video for this, Makeup Geek Bliss is a very similar shade, and it's completely matte. So if you're looking for something very light and peachy, that's another option if you don't want shimmer. Something else that's really along those lines of being peachy and springy and really great for this time of year is the Smashbox Be Legendary Lip Lacquer in Coral. Yeah, just Coral. I love this packaging. It's really small, so it's easy to throw in your bag. The doe foot is great, and the color is gorgeous. It's rosy, but just bright enough. It's not too like muted rose. It does have just a little bit of that coraliness in it, and it can sheer out quite well if you want to put just a little bit on and sort of dab it on, or it can be worn quite full and it doesn't move as much as you might think for something this glossy. That being said, it does stay quite glossy. It doesn't dry down until maybe 2 hours into wear, and then it just leaves behind a stain. So I really love these products. They do feather a little bit on me, the darker shades especially, like the reds and burgundies. This one is not much of a problem, but if you're looking into the darker or more vibrant shades, then you might look into a lip liner. And my final beauty favorite for the month is what I have on my nails right now. It is Zoya Zuza. Zoya Zuza, that's a lot of Z's for a nail polish, which is just beautiful. This is very similar to Naughty Nautical from Essie, which I think was in my favorites last month. This is my favorite kind of nail polish, this sort of turquoise teal shade that's not quite green and not quite blue. Every time I see a shade like this, I have to buy it. I have too many of them. You don't understand. No, seriously, I have swatch sticks of all my nail polishes, and like all of these are sort of in that color family. It's absurd. So I have really been loving this. It's not it's the finish that I love Zoya most for. It's not the glass fleck that China Glaze does. It's not a shimmer. It's just like, it's metallic. It's like a mermaid. It's like the most amazing, gorgeous finish you've ever seen in your life. But it still comes off really easily, which is maybe my favorite thing about it, because glitter can be so hard to get off. And honestly, the China Glaze glass flecks aren't the easiest either. But this comes off really well, and it looks beautiful, and I just want to have it on my nails all the time. It's a very spring-summer shade, so I'm sure I will reach for it a lot. And then my other hobbies that I was talking about. So I sort of do this thing where I decide that I want to be really into something, and then I get really into it for like maybe 2 weeks, and then I move on. But it's a thing in my life, and I've accepted it about myself, and that's fine. But these things I want to stick with them. I don't just want to like forget about them in 2 more days. So the first thing is I picked up a ukulele. It is the cutest thing. I've never played a stringed instrument before. I mean, kind of, because the piano's kind of a string instrument, but really it's a percussion instrument, but really it's like its own thing. So I've never actually like had to do all the fingering stuff on a stringed instrument before, and it's so much fun, and it's like so easy to learn songs. And I'm like trying to learn picking, but I'm not very good at that, and it's really great, and I love it, and my fingertips are peeling because of it. It's ridiculous. So I've been playing that a lot lately, and it was really fun, and I think that was like $70 for an entire instrument. Like, how does that even happen? But maybe I'm just used to pianos, which cost a lot more than that, so that's been really great. I don't know what's up with me. But basically, it's just a really pretty planner, but because it has binder rings, you can put in and take out whatever you want whenever you want to, as opposed to like coil-bound agendas, which are what they are, and you can't really change them. So I have bought this really pretty Filofax in sort of that same color that I really love. It's a little more teal maybe than is perfect for me, but it's pretty dang close. And I've made it really cute, I think. I've only had it for a week, and it's already really cute. So I have some sticky notes on the outside, and then a picture of me and my husband. And I made all of my own dividers this weekend, which are really pretty. I really like those. And some note paper and some contact sheets for my students, along with some of the music that I'm working on right now. Back here I have some photography information, and then I have a list of YouTube videos that I want to do. So I sort of have everything all in one place. And there's like a whole community of Filofax people on YouTube, which I didn't even know about. So if anyone is interested in seeing sort of a tour of the inside of my A5 Saffiano Filofax, which I adore, I would be happy to do that for you. So those are the things that I have been enjoying the most this month. A little bit of beauty, but also some other stuff. And if you are interested in seeing any of those in more detail, most of them you have seen in pretty great detail before. But if there's anything else you want to see, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I will see you again next time. Bye, guys!